Okay, so I just read this thing about blah blah blah, supervolcano in Yellowstone, blah blah blah. Here's what we're gonna do. Instead of an eruption happening, which by the way, it only happens every what, 600 to 800,000 years. It's been 640,000 years since it happened last. These people are like, well, it's never gonna happen to us. There's no way that could happen to us. So it's unlikely we'll ever see it in our lifetime. But here's what scientists and NASA from around the globe have decided they want to try and do. For roughly $3.5 billion, which we don't have anyways, anywhere, we got millions and billions of people who can't feed themselves. They're countries with absolutely no economic production, no crop growth, no GDP. But we're going to spend $3.5 billion to drill into our volcano from the sides and up underneath, pump water in. It's going to make a bunch of steam. We're going to turn turbine generators with it, and we're going to create electricity for everybody. Yay! That's a great idea. And then they say, at competitive prices. Okay, so here's what I want you to understand. The powers that be, the people who control this planet, and you say, oh, nobody controls the planet. Everybody controls something. If you think that everything just happens haphazardly, the markets go up and the markets go down, and governments elect new presidents, and old dictators are overthrown, and world gangs and the worst organizations are just snuffed out because it's the right thing. It's all planned. And if you don't think it's all planned, just turn on NBC News, and then turn on Fox, and then turn on CNN, and then turn on any other station you want to watch, and see if you don't get a completely different story about everything that's going on, because everyone has a different plan about what you need to believe. So here's what in theory they've done. They've decided to take our most long shot, this is even more long shot than a comet crashing into the planet, which we've all been scared of once or twice between Armageddon and Deep Impact, and that's great. And we're not diverting any of this. In fact, if you want to get down to brass tacks, we probably need it. The planet's blowing up, population's exploding. We don't have enough room for the people we have as it is, and in 25, 30, 40, 50 years, we're going to need 3 times the acreage we have now, that we're using now, to produce enough food for these people, and we can't even produce enough food as it is. But they want to take this, they want to take $3.5 billion, they want to drill in to Yellowstone, and they want to use it to create energy, because it's not nuclear, it's not coal, it's not wind, it's not ocean waves. It's pumping water into a volcano so we can, in theory, over thousands of years. See, and then there's the kicker. They're like, it would take thousands of years to dissipate all the heat. But in the meantime, we'll supply people all over the planet or in our immediate area with energy. Oh, because that's a great idea, because 200 years ago, we had this phenomenal fucking idea about how we were going to run the country, and now it's all gone to shit. Nothing's the same. So how in the fuck are we supposed to agree, and excuse my language, I do apologize, how are we supposed to agree on a globally economic solution to diverting a supervolcano eruption through scientific analysis and precision drilling with the most expensive equipment that none of us can afford to buy? Because it's not like the government's going to say, oh, we're so paying for this with donor money. No. You'll see a rise in taxes in some way or another. Someone will get cut. Some educational program will get cut. Some community benefits program globally will get cut. Nationwide will be destroyed. And that's where the money will come from. It's not like Bill Gates or Warren Buffett or the royal families are going to just donate this money. It's not like the Saudis are going to pay for it. Nobody's going to do that. They're going to take the money from your pocket, and then they're going to turn around and use that money out of your pocket to generate energy that they then need you to pay for out of your pocket. Does anybody else see this? You understand what we're saying here? People are... I'll save the rest of this for another one. If you don't believe anything that I've just said, Google it for yourself. Go check it out. They want to drill into a supervolcano and not set it off, and then in turn pump water down in it and use that to generate electricity that they can produce at a competitive price. Let's not just give it away. I mean, what's $3.5 billion amongst the world's richest? An absolute nothing, a drop in the bucket. Every billionaire on the planet just gives $10 million. And I know, okay, I don't have $10 million, so, $10 million is a lot of money. Well, I get that. But if I've got $100, a dollar to me is a dollar. Okay? If you've got $30 billion, $10 million is, well, it's still $10 million, but how many times over? Oh, we could do that number real quick. See, 10, that's 100, there's 100, it's 300 times over. Okay, my dollar out of 100, that was just 100 times over. So, that's what they want to do. They want to drill into a volcano, a supervolcano that is, capable of literally decimating life on this planet as we know it. We'll go into volcanic winter, minimum decade. And they want to, it's just mind-boggling to me the things that, and somebody, millions of people are going to read about this. They're going to go, that's amazing. What a great idea. Not a great idea. It's a great idea to make money. Because everything revolves around making money. All of it. Every single bit of it. Thanks for listening.